Well, good morning. Wait a minute. Nope. Stop. Scratch that. Good afternoon, I should say. It is no April Fool's joke. We are back here with another episode of Pickup Lines presented by Gamez Law Firm and Integrity Roofing and Siding inside the all-electric Lexus RZ 450E, courtesy of North Park Lexus of San Antonio, North Park Lexus at Dominion. I'm just checking to see if the sun's coming out because it's like Dina Boley walked out, got in the car, and the clouds immediately broke. And
You're so silly.
I'm silly. You're not silly.
No.
You're the one that you just said you're always riding the fun bus, which is true.
I am riding the fun bus.
Which is true. You have a contagious laugh, and although you have a very serious job, because we're a stone's throw away from Fort Sam Houston here, and you are with U.S. Army North, and our dear friend General Evans was in this chair not too long ago.
Yes.
And in layman's terms, for a living, you essentially do what?
So I am the Chief of Community Relations for Army North, and so I essentially do anything that's off military, the military base with our community partners. So anything that General Evans is invited to, guest speaking, engagements, Fiesta, Valero, all these things that we have with our community partners, I coordinate and take them to. And it's not just him, it's also our Deputy Commanding General, our Deputy Commanding General. There's just a bunch up there that we take care of to make sure communities well taken care of.
You wrangle them all up and keep them all organized. That's not a military official term, but it's a term that I made up. You just coined a phrase. I might use it. Military Mondays on Pickup Lines, because I've said I wanted to start doing more with the military and learning more about people like you, because, yes, you served our country.
I did.
Thank you for that, first of all.
Yes.
And we'll get into that here in just a little bit, because clearly you're not in uniform right now, so your job does not require you to wear...
No, I'm a civilian now, so I don't have to pull my hair back and put my boots on, which is easier. I like it much better.
You can wear Fiesta earrings.
I can wear Fiesta earrings.
I see that. It's April 1st, and so part of your job right now, obviously the Valero Texas Open is this week.
Yes.
So you got that.
We do.
And then 2 weeks later, you've got Fiesta.
Yes. Fiesta is my life right now.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, I eat, breathe, and sleep Fiesta.
Chicken on a stick.
But can't wait.
And with the Ray Fail Court, I think we'll have some things. You will have things happening here at Fort Sam and other JBSA.
Yes, even though it's not an Army year, we still do a lot of the same things because the Army is asked to provide military support. We do. Our band is always with you all. Color Guard, we do the taskings for, and so we're always still hanging in there for Fiesta.
How long have you been here at Fort Sam? Or U.S. Army North, I should say.
16 months. I came from Huntsville, Alabama.
Really?
Yes, I was at their command team there.
Where did you grow up?
Buffalo. Well, 6 months in Buffalo, New York, and then 6 months over in Canada.
Hey, what? Really? Okay.
Yes.
So Canada, military life brought you to Texas? Is that right?
No. I was actually a civilian in Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay.
So I've been out since 2018, and I was working with Army Materiel Command in Huntsville, Alabama. And no, I'm not Roll Tide or anything like that.
No, because they're in the Final Four, I know, and everything. So, I thought maybe you were rooting for the...
No, I'm a hockey fan, so...
Well, you grew up Buffalo in Canada. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yes. And so I was working Warrior Games, and I had... My two VIPs were our former Mr. Nathan and Casa Joe Bray. And when I was there... after 5 days there, they were like, you need to come to Texas and offer me a job.
And the rest is history.
Rest is history.
Will you stay here long term, or you're going to keep moving?
Nope. We are done. I brought my two boys here.
Okay.
And so we just built a new home, and we have decided to make Texas our home.
I love it. And yes, you're, in addition to all that, you're a mother. You got two boys.
Two boys, 11 and 13. One plays basketball. He is actually a select basketball player. And the other one plays travel hockey. Yes.
Really?
Yes. So we are always all over. We travel. Actually, last night I picked him up from the airport at midnight. He came in and he played in Vegas this whole weekend.
On Easter Sunday? He was
Easter weekend? He played in Vegas the whole weekend, yes.
How tricky is it? I mean, you've got your mom duties, and obviously you want to be present and involved and everything, but with all of your obligations with the military, how difficult or not difficult is it to wear the mom hat as well?
So I do cheat. I have a little bit of help, but it looks glamorous on the outside.
I would have never known.
It's not. It's not. It's crazy. I mean, we're entering the teen years. One of them is taller than me. I do the best I can, but it's pretty chaotic.
I have three teenagers at home.
It's fun.
I have three teenagers at home, including a 13-year-old boy, so you and I have that in common.
Yes.
And middle school is a complete, utter hot mess.
It's a hot mess.
He's in 8th grade, right?
He's in 7th grade.
He's in 7th, okay.
So we're dealing with the first of everything.
Yeah.
The little girlfriends.
Yeah,
around.
no,
it's just crazy.
Okay.
It's a headache.
All right, so growing up in the Northeast, in Canada and all that stuff, do you come from a military family?
I do not.
Right,
I
okay.
do not. I do not come from a military family. So I was in college when I met my now ex-husband, and I was a teacher.
Okay.
And so I have my teaching degree, and we just kept bouncing around, and I thought, you know what? If I don't do it, I'm never going to do it. So at 28 years old, I joined the Army. I went to boot camp. I went to OCS, Officer Candidate School.
Okay.
And then from there, I did my 12 years.
So when you were at boot camp, and again, I'm coming from a non-military background,
Yes.
so some of these questions may sound ignorant
No,
or
it's
ill-informed.
okay, it's okay.
You're 28. Are you the oldest person at boot camp
I
there?
was the second oldest.
Okay.
Second oldest. But I had a lot of good coaching, and they said, just go in there, keep your mouth shut, don't say anything, let the young kids get in trouble. And that's exactly what I did. And but I can remember that day that I joined, and I went there, and I can remember it's funny for everybody else. It wasn't funny for me.
Right.
It was pouring down rain at Fort Jackson, and it was, thank God, it was raining so hard that you could not see the tears streaming down my face. And I thought, I just made the biggest mistake of my life. And I went through it, and it was a lot of jokes and things like that, and I just cried and cried and cried.
About your age?
Well, jokes about my age, and then my ex-husband would call me from Iraq, and they'd be like, you have somebody on the phone? I said, no, I don't. I'm not picking up I'm not touching that phone. I'm not falling for this. Sure enough. And then I'd have to do push-ups to be able to talk to him on the phone, or get my mail, things like that. But it was all in good fun. But it was the best decision of my life.
Really?
I would not trade it for the world. Would not. Being in the military was the best, besides my two boys, was the best decision I made in my life.
And why is that? And what prompted you? So it sounds like you had that kind of you were flirting with the idea of joining the military, and then you finally took the leap.
Well, I just, we were moving around so much, and then the Army offered me so many things that I could do, and the time and the scheduling, and then always having the job and being able to work, but it allowed me to have the camaraderie with people. It allowed me to see the world. It allowed me to have a great job. There was no negatives for me. It was fantastic being in the military.
Yeah.
I loved it.
No, this is great. Your boys, have either of them indicated an interest in following in mom and dad's footsteps?
One of them is telling me he wants to go to West Point. Yes. And the other one, no, he's. I think he's too little yet.
That's all right.
He's not.
You've got plenty of time.
Plenty of time. But the older one has said that he wants to. He ultimately wants to go to West Point. So I was like, perfect.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. We're talking with Dina Boley here from U.S. Army North, here at Fort Sam, and again, I've talked about an interest in doing more things with the military, and just giving some more love and telling more stories of people like Dina. Because I was telling her a minute ago, somebody might see this and you're not going to scream military servicewoman because you're not in uniform or anything like that, but. Tell me about when did you serve? And you said you got to see different parts of the world.
I
did. Where did you ultimately go?
So I started out Fort Jackson, and then I went to Hawaii, and I was there, and I deployed to Iraq with them. But prior to that, I had a little bit of a hiccup because I got bit by a rattlesnake in Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Wait, time out. wait a minute. And you're laughing about this experience, and I find myself perplexed. Wait, so you're in Oklahoma?
Yes.
And what are you training?
We were training.
Doing?
It was new officer training for young lieutenants.
So how, after you were 28 when you got in, how old or how much?
I'm still 28 at this point. I'm still 28. But I'm in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, because they decided that at the time, after your officer training, they wanted us to go in the field and do various events out there.
So what happened with the rattlesnake?
Rattlesnake 1, Dina 0.
Okay. But I'm just trying to visualize. Is this like a nighttime training?
So this was daytime. It was after 2 weeks of sleeping out in the field.
Oh.
And apparently I was in the third vehicle. They didn't see, the first vehicle did not let me know that there was a big, long rattlesnake sunbathing on the street. And so when we pulled up, scurried his way in there. But if you know rattlesnakes, they don't rattle when they feel threatened. So I was out there and trying to pull security, and I didn't know he was there, and all of a sudden he went and bit me through my boots.
It's in your leg.
No, on my foot. One fang got stuck on the hard leather. One fang went right through the air pocket. And it's like a needle in a sewing machine. Like, that's it. And so, it was, I laugh because it was honestly, giving birth was easier than...
Without an epidural.
Giving birth was hands down easier than the rattlesnake bite. It was awful. So my body had a reaction to, 1, the venom, 2, the anti-venom. So my leg, if you look at my medical records, my leg swelled to 39 inches.
Was it your left leg or your right leg?
My left leg.
I mean, I'm not going to ask you to show us or anything. I'm just saying.
Already said you can't get it out.
Hold on.
No. So my leg swelled to 39 inches and...
3 feet.
Well, you think about a man's waist. Like, think about a waist.
Yeah. Like the size of me. This was your leg.
Yes. And so they had to do a fasciotomy surgery to relieve the pressure. And I was able to keep my leg. I have a lot of numbness in it. Lost the feeling, but...
So there was like... Was it a little touch and go there? Like, you thought you might lose your leg?
Yeah, so when the venom got all the way up into my thigh, and by that point, they had to medically relieve the pressure, and hopefully it was going to work. So when they stitched it up, it looked, I should have brought the pictures.
But I'm good. I'm good.
It was like blue fishing line. So I have, on the inside of my leg, I have a 10-inch from here to here. And then I have a 14-inch scar from here to here. And
essentially like where your calf is, but on either side of your calf.
And then I have 2 on top of my foot. Right there. See those?
I do see that.
Yes.
All for that one little rattlesnake.
All for that rattlesnake. Like I said, rattlesnake 1, Dina 0.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. It was awful.
So you're out of commission. I mean, obviously, that sidelined you for a while.
It sidelined me for about 9 months. I didn't walk for... about 4.5 months. It was pretty brutal.
And are you thinking at this point, again, what have I done? Biggest mistake of my life. The military's not for me. Like, what kept you in the military after this?
Well, I think if you know me, I'm pretty, like, tough, strong, and determined. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not getting out from this. I joined the Army. I, like, busted my butt through basic and officer school. I'm not
be all you
out.
could be.
I'm going out there. I'm wearing this uniform. So
my gosh.
I rehabbed and then I got back out there.
So people who know me know that I have a fear of snakes. I've talked about it on the air many times over the years, and it's absolutely no secret.
Right.
For someone, and I don't know that I know a lot of people who've ever been bitten by a snake, but how do you deal with snakes now, present day, after going through something like that?
Oh, I don't go anywhere that I have to go. This is going to sound terrible. I don't go anywhere I have to go camping. I don't go anywhere that the grass is not cut. Nowhere, because it was traumatic. Like, and you just don't know. And like I said, that he was out there, and then the worst part about it is that after he bit me, like, they don't like human bodily fluids in their mouth. So he coiled up right next to me, and I was like, oh, he just bit me, and I went to fall forward and pass out, and I couldn't take that chance again. I mean, I just don't like the little slithers.
Yeah, no, I don't either. And I've never, again, knock on wood, I'm not going to happen anytime soon. But you've got a good sense of humor about it, all things considered.
Yes, I still have my leg.
Thank you. Yes, you do. And your personality and all that. All right. So you were able to kind of power through all of that. You kept your leg and everything. And then you did another, what you said, dozen years in the military? In the Army?
I did about another 11.
11.
So 10 and a half after that.
And craziest thing, I mean, rattlesnake bite's tough to top, I know. But,
right.
but anything else that sticks out in terms of, like, just service or cool stories or experiences that you had?
Well, I mean, like I said, I traveled the world. So I was stationed in Hawaii. I've been to Korea.
Yeah.
I've been to Iraq. I've been to Germany for 5 years. I mean, I did a little bit of the United States while I was back, but I mean, overall, it was the best thing I ever did in my life. I absolutely love being in the military. I still love serving in the military community, being a civilian. And I've been blessed to work with extremely great command teams. So I do.
There are some pretty good people here. As I get to know them a little bit better, you realize just how special they are.
Yes.
And I'm biased, of course, but San Antonio being Military City, USA, I mean,
yes. And that's one of the things I love. I didn't really know that when I moved here, San Antonio was trademarked Military City, USA since 2017. And it is mind-boggling and mind-blowing, I should say, at how the people are here. I mean, I am so... It's fantastic. I can't even say enough about it. The people I've met, the support we get, the support we try to give back. I mean, it's just amazing here.
We were at a military reception, what was it, last week or a few days ago for kind of leading up to Fiesta and everything. And that was so cool to see. And USA had people there and just that whole...
Yes, I mean...
the pomp and circumstance and the military ambassadors and everything.
Well, it goes all year long. And I just love that. And actually recently I was just picked to be, for Celebrate America's Military, for CAM, I was picked to be the military liaison. And so I'm super excited.
Good for you.
I'm going to work alongside our good friend Richard Delgado.
Oh, I love Richard.
Yes.
Yeah. If he's not on here, he'll see this soon. I know, because he's a great... One of the good ones. So you did your, like you said, 12 years. Why ultimately did you get out, or what led to that decision?
At the time, it was a family-based decision. I had 2 small boys. They were constantly, looking for their nanny more so because I was really never home.
Yeah.
And neither was my ex-husband. So when you have kids that you're, for me as a mom, what hit is that I was trying to give instructions to my son, and it was a weekend, and he said, I have to call Miss Jenna, his nanny, to ask for permission, and I just melted. And I was like, yeah. So we made the family decision, and like I said, the military and my children, when it comes to that.
But was the Army cool with that? Because, I mean, I don't know a lot about it. Like, how difficult is it when you make... I mean, that's a tough decision to make, but a lot of people would respect what you did, obviously.
I think a lot of people tend to, that are in the same boat. There are so many dual military couples out there, right? Yeah. And sometimes you can both make it, depending on your job, and sometimes you can't. I mean, it's just... It comes to be a time and a place that... it's the same thing as if you continue to serve. A lot of people have these commitments where they come in, it's 3 years, it's 5 years, it's 6 years, whatnot, and they decide to continue with service or they don't. Yeah. I continued as long as I could, and then it became a family issue or call to whether or not I continue to serve. So.
Yeah, very good. So do you typically, is your schedule typically like a 9 to 5, like pretty structured, or is it all over the place?
No, it's all over the place, especially when we have events. So I'm, like Fiesta, right now with Fiesta going on and gearing up, it doesn't matter. It could be evening events. It could be, we're fortunate enough to be going to an event this week. Yay!
Are you on call all the time?
I do carry myself.
You have two phones. You have two phones.
I do.
You walked in.
Yeah, we put them over here.
And I said, if General Evans calls... you have my full permission and support to take the call.
If
I need to drive you
could be
somewhere,
watching us from
he
these
might
windows
be.
right now.
When are they going to finish?
They're almost done.
They won't stop talking. So you guys do keep it light though, and you have fun here, and
We do. I mean,
a lot of people don't know necessarily what happens here or what's beyond the walls here.
So I mean, obviously there's all of our serious stuff that they do and stuff, but I'm fortunate enough where I'm like always on the fun bus. Like I get to do so many fun things. I mean, I'm out, I'm at events, I'm at speaking engagements, I'm getting to see all the different people here, and it's just really, it's just a change, right, from being in uniform. And while these guys are on a serious note, making sure everybody's good, I'm getting to make sure that the fun events are going on behind the scenes. So.
If you could speak directly to someone, in particular, I guess females, or maybe there's mothers out there, or single mothers out there that are watching this and thinking there's no way I can be in the military, or it's not for me, or whatever. If you could speak directly to them, based on your experiences and everything, what would you like them to know?
I think anybody can do anything they put their mind to. So, you know, it's just a matter of making adjustments in your life, in your family life. You know, I've always had a very supportive family. Even to this day, I have very supportive kids. And they know, hey, mommy's at work or not. I take them to what I can. But it doesn't matter if you're single or you're not. I mean, like I said, you can do anything you put your mind to. But this is one thing I wanted to do and continue to do, and this is where I'll probably end up retiring from.
Love it. Well, I mean, with your purple fingernails and your Fiesta,
I'm looking a little Easter-ish.
No, well, okay, I was thinking Fiesta, but you're right.
No, we're not there yet. I gotta get more bright colors.
No, I like it. So, are you ready? What's your favorite part of Fiesta?
I love getting to see like the investiture,
the Alamo and those kind of things.
I love all those. I just it's just very neat to see all the costumes and colors and what I really like is seeing all of the families and the people that come out to these events too. I mean, these streets are packed. The parades are packed. I mean, everybody is here. I mean, and to see. You know, from the standpoint last year was my first year with Fiesta. I got to walk in the parades. I'm walking in them again this year.
That's the best.
Hey, it's the best.
That's the best.
The
Being in the parades are the best.
The best. Yes, absolutely. I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
And you like chicken on the stick, and you're good with all the...
Okay, not really with chicken on the stick.
That's
No.
awesome. Where this concludes our program. Wait, what?
No, chicken on a stick? I don't think I've had that here. I mean, I've had chicken like the skewers, but like chicken on a stick, like is that a thing here?
Yes. I'm trying to be as respectful as I can. Yes, it's a thing. It's like one of the official foods of Fiesta. So it's like a breaded chicken patty on a skewer with a jalapeno on top, and sometimes people will put a piece of bread, like a roll or something, and then. What I prefer, because you have to ask for this, not everybody does this.
Where do we get this?
Ask for it dipped, and they'll dip the entire thing in a giant can of jalapeno juice.
Are you taking me somewhere for lunch after this?
I will.
Because I've never had this chicken
cancel
on a
my
stick.
2:00 because we're going to have to go do some research. Well, what are we, April 1st? There are some people that have chicken on a stick, but
I never had the chicken on a stick.
I'm going to cut you some slack because, well, one, you're newer to Fiesta and you served our country, and I like you. So I'm going to cut you some slack. But if I do anything else this year, I'm going to get you. I would love to be present when you experience this for the first time.
Okay.
I wonder here. I mean, we're at Fort Sam right now, and again, I don't know if people are just readily offering this right now. But to answer your question from earlier, you can get it at essentially any of the major Fiesta events you go to, all the parades. Oyster Bake, Nyosa.
Nobody offers it as I'm walking by.
Well, no, you got to pay for it. It's.
I'm just kidding.
I'm sure if you flash your military credential, I'm sure somebody could spot you But try it, and then if you like, do you like spicy?
Love spicy.
Jalapenos?
I'm from Buffalo, home of the chicken wings.
Buffalo wings.
Come on.
But you get it dipped. Dip it in jalapeno juice.
We'll get a dip.
That's next level.
Okay.
I do want to be there when this happens. I got to figure that out. I'm going to work on that. You got the medals and the sash and everything. You're good with all that.
All that, yes.
And the Mexican dresses and the blouses and everything.
Yes, and the sash lady's putting my 2024 on my sash right now.
Yeah.
I got that updated.
I know her. Yeah,
I'm ready
Laura.
to go.
So
yes,
you'll be
Laura's
good.
amazing.
Laura is amazing. Okay,
Yes.
very good. Have we left anything out? I know you probably have very important work to do here soon. The general's going to wonder where you are.
No,
Okay.
he's fine
Okay.
over there. No, he's in Mexico.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, for work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I was excited to do this. I'm excited for all your military interviews you're going to do.
Well, we've talked about this, and you've been a great help.
It's a hard pill to follow going after General Evans.
Well, I just think it's so important to tell these stories, and there are people from all walks of life. I mean, in your case, you know, a woman who has served and is a single mother and trying to juggle all of that, and now you're, you know, I love communications people and people who do PR and those kinds of things, and so you check a lot of boxes.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I can't complain about really anything in life. I've had so many positive. I've had, like everybody else, there's been negative experiences, but you know, I truly love life. I love what I do. I love the people I interact with. There's not one thing I've ever done in life that I've regretted, and so it's just, for me, you know, people can do the military, great. If you can't, we can be civilians. If you're, you know, somebody out there just trying to figure out what you want to do next, I mean, it doesn't matter. I love life.
And if you can be bitten by a rattlesnake and still have the same personality and kind of the love of life that you have, then there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, well, so it's okay. It will, you know, the only thing actually I do regret a little bit. It's a little bit swells with the weather here, but it's all good. It will be fine. It will be fine.
That's what I'm going to blame mine on.
Oh my gosh.
I swell with the weather. That's what it is.
No.
I love it.
No.
I love it. Dina is I'm sure we'll get her own comedy special soon because you are just so much fun.
No, I love hanging out with you.
Thank you.
And all of the great people that I've become, you know, friends with or have had to work with, and it's just one big family.
Well, you're a classic example where in my previous TV news life, we might have crossed paths. Who knows? I mean, chances are maybe. But I think through this show, you and I definitely have connected.
Yes.
And you've introduced me to many other amazing military figures in San Antonio. And I look forward to having them in this very seat soon. So,
yes.
Again, I might steal your line of Military Mondays here on Pickup Lines. We'll see.
That's okay.
But I appreciate everything you do and everything you've done serving our country and just doing all these amazing things. So,
thank you.
Good to see you. The great Dina Boley here at Fort Sam Houston, U.S. Army. And to tell General Evans in Mexico, I still have his challenge coin here. In case I run into him, I was told I have to have this.
You have to have that.
And I do.
Yes.
I keep it right here. So, General, I got you. Next time we run into each other, which will most likely be during Fiesta. So.
Yes, for sure.
Viva Fiesta. Happy April to you. And thanks
you.
again for everything. Thank you for your
Absolutely.
service. There she is, Dina Boley, and there's another episode of Pickup Lines presented by Gamez Law Firm and Integrity Roofing and Siding. Somebody else will be in this seat very soon. We'll do it all over again, and you just never know who it might be. So, from Military City, USA, we say so long and farewell for now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. See you soon.